Hi, I'm Stephanie Townrow, the Director of Education and Public Programs at Lancaster History, and I'm here with you today to show you a secret part of Wheatland that many visitors do not get to see, and that's the bell system in the house. President Buchanan, when he moved in the late 1840s, installed 10 different bells as part of a massive bell system in the house. Now, why would President Buchanan need bells in the house? Well, there's one really obvious reason why he would need a bell, and that's the doorbell. And I'm here at the front door of Wheatland showing you the original doorbell. We have a pull on the outside that connects to the wire on the inside, and the wire is routed to a bell. And when you rang the bell, this little brass bell would ring in the house. So that's a really obvious example of the bell pull system in Wheatland, and I'm going to show you some of the other examples on the way. In addition to the doorbell, Buchanan installed a few bells in the basement of the house. The basement was a place that Buchanan's domestic servants spent a lot of their day. It was the primary kitchen of the property. It's where they did preparations for cooking, the cooking itself, cleaning up after meals, as well as other chores like mending, sewing, laundry, and the like. So it was very important to be able to call the attention of the domestic servants while they were in the basement. The way that the residents of the house on the first floor called the servants in the basement was by utilizing a bell pull. And we still have many of the original bell pulls in the first floor of the house. You'd simply take the metal lever and crank it in order to ring the bell that was in the basement. In addition to having pulls on the first floor of the house to get the domestic servants' attention when they were preparing meals and doing chores, Buchanan also had a few pulls installed on the second floor of the house in different bed chambers. And those were used to call the domestic servants who had their own bed chambers in the attic of the home. And we still have remnants in both Mr. Buchanan's bed chamber and in his niece Harriet's bed chamber of the wires leading up to bells that would have been in the attic. And you can see one here in Mr. Buchanan's bed chamber. Now I'm going to take you to the source where that bell leads in the attic of the house where most visitors don't get to go. So follow me. I'm here in the attic of Wheatland, which is a space that most visitors to Wheatland don't get to visit. This is the central attic. We actually have 3 different portions of the attic accessible by the different wings of the house. And in this space, some of the domestic servants had bed chambers. And those bed chambers still exist, and we know that they were bed chambers because of the molding around the doors and the spaciousness of the accommodations. And it is here that we have the last remaining bell at Wheatland, the bell that you see above me. This is a bell that was connected to the bell pull system in Harriet Lane's bed chamber and would have rang for the domestic servants. Thanks for joining me on this trip around Wheatland to see the bell system that President Buchanan installed.